Okay, let me go back to the economics theory to back up my 2016 presidential campaign. And last night, Democratic debate was presented on CBS, and three candidates all talked about how to use the fiscal policy to fund the social programs. So the fiscal policy actually, the key component of the fiscal policy is the tax. Let me walk you through this series, and later on at the end I'm going to lay out my plan, in terms of the basic macroeconomic theories. Let's still use this book. And so as you know, the macroeconomics and the macroeconomics are two different branches of economics theories. And the macroeconomics focus on the overall behavior of the economy at an aggregate level. And actually, before the Great Depression in 1930s, the people or the economists all considered, the overall economy was like a self-regulating, and the government interventions would probably even make the situation worse. But after the Great Depression occurred, Keynesian economic theory was brought into the picture, and Keynesian economics actually consider the economic slumps are caused by inadequate spending. So that could be intervened or mitigated by the government. So after that, the fiscal and monetary policies become the two major tools for the government to adjust the economy, or to manage the economy more sufficiently. And the business cycle is like a process, from the expansion to from the expansion to reach the peak and then drop to the trough, which is the process of the recession, and then get onto the another peak again and drop to another trough. This is a business cycle, and it is a very painful process. And because during the recession, the production dropped significantly, and the unemployment is very high. So that actually make the living standards pretty badly, right? And but however, from this graph you can tell the general trend is going up, which means the long-run economic growth is a general trend, and that's why the people always have a better life, gradually, right? So it's compared to 20 years ago, we should say we have better living standards. This is driven by the long-run economic growth. And inflation and deflation are the two index. Within the business cycle, right? Generally, when the business cycle is in the expansion, the inflation is increased, and during the recession, the inflation actually decreased. Sometimes the deflation even incurs. And in an open economy, we can tell some countries run trade deficits and some countries run trade surplus. And deficit, it doesn't necessarily mean bad, because the countries with the trade deficit generally means they invest a lot, and the investment actually will drive the economy growing. So that's not bad, that's good. And the trade surplus, generally the countries with the trade surplus generally save a lot. And the savings actually sometimes hurt the economic growth, which means actually bad. So it's pretty subjective. It's not subjective. Actually, it's really neutral. So you cannot define whether it's good or not. So after going through this series, my economic plan in terms of this general macroeconomic series, or based on this general macroeconomic series, are I would like to encourage the private sectors to compete freely and to just follow the free market thoroughly. But I'm going to use the government intervention to manage the national economy more sufficiently. And currently, we don't have much room to change the monetary policy. We don't want to print more money, right? And we don't want to change the interest rate, to rush. We need to, look into the case, the situation seriously and carefully. But we can use the fiscal policy probably more actively. We can reform our tax system, because we already know there are a lot of rooms there for us to do something. And then we can stimulate the government spendings, right, in the infrastructure, in all those areas. And the business cycle does exist, but I want to minimize the negativity through the next business cycle, and I'm going to control I'm going to have the inflation rate controlled within like 1.5%, That means to keep the price stability, which is the goal for most of the economists. And even the trade deficit doesn't mean bad, but our country's deficit probably is too high. So I'm going to have that reduced to a reasonable level. And there are a bunch of process we can put into place to realize that goal.